Hey, hi, hello everyone. It is Mama Smash here with the final day in my 12 days of Simsmas challenge. And it has been so fun. I'm really excited to show you this final build in this series. For those of you who this is your first time seeing my channel, this is the final of the 12 days of Simsmas. I started on the first day of Christmas, which is Christmas Day. And every day since Christmas, I have posted a speed build, and all of them were in a different world from the other builds. They were all a different lot type. All of them went with the theme of whatever day of Christmas it was, and had an object that I had to use that many times, and also used at least one of the specific object from all the days before. So, today is the 12th day of Simsmas, and so the theme is 12 drummers drumming. That's the final part of the song, the 12 Days of Christmas. And so today the build is in Evergreen Harbor, which came with Eco Lifestyle, which I'm actually pretty new to this pack, and so it was fun to build in this world that I haven't really done a lot of building in yet. And then it is a park, and the object of the day, so there are not drums, as you might know in The Sims 4, like the instrument drums. So the only thing with drum in the title was barbecue drums that came with, I think, Jungle Adventure. So I am using 12 of those in today's build, as well as one of everything from days 1 through 11 too. So as you can see, I'm starting out with a gazebo. I kind of chose a really big lot in Evergreen Harbor. It was a really, really large lot. I knew I was going to need a lot of space to make sure I could utilize everything that I needed to for today. And so right in the center of it, I decided to put a gazebo. I figured there could be some fun ways to kind of dress that up. And so that's where we're starting today. And so the theme of colors is gonna kind of be green. I figured green is kind of Christmassy, and also it's a park, so the outdoors are kind of green. So that green and white is the main colors of most of what you'll see today throughout the build. So it starts with a green roof with these kind of white pillars and green fence around it. And then I will bring in some different parts of the objects from days previous to kind of really make the gazebo its own, and not just a gazebo with pillars and a roof, but a gazebo with fun decorations and that can really stand on its own. So I did struggle here, as you might be able to tell, with the flooring. I was trying to figure out how to get the flooring to look natural in this octagon shape, and you really can't. So it ends up being one direction, like horizontal on one side, and then horizontal on the other sides, and then where they intertwine is just kind of, they just kind of intersect with each other at perpendicular instead of kind of fading into one another. So now I'm kind of trying to place it out. I knew I wanted to have a bunch of different barbecue pits that would be where the like I needed to use 12 of these barbecue drums, and so I knew I was gonna need a bunch of those spaces. I also knew that part of the lot type was a bathroom, so I figured I'd make a little kind of bathroom space in a welcome center. And I kind of thought of like a public park that you might see here in the United States that has those bathrooms that are kind of like grungy, and maybe there's like a chair and like information about like the park and like on like pamphlets and stuff. That's kind of the vibe I was going for when I get to that building. And then I really from the beginning wanted to try to make sure I knew where everything was going to go approximately. So this is me trying to figure out, okay, well, what can I use this milk jug for other than just kind of sitting around as a milk jug? Where can I put this frog? Where can I put this star? So I ended up putting the ring on top of the gazebo. You can see the diamond of it kind of sticking out there. And then that was from day 5. And then the 2 turtle dove statue, wall statue sculpture is on top of it. I'm placing it right now so that it sticks out of the ring just a bit. And then the tubs were a bit difficult, so I think I started to place them and then I kind of put them aside and I was like, okay, I'll come back to those. And so then I went over. You have to have a playground for a park, so I chose the pirate set playground because I thought it would be kind of fun to play off of that pirate theme. And so then over here in the corner, I started to make like a little space with the terrain tools to do kind of like a dug up sunken treasure. So I got a treasure box and or treasure chest, and one of the objects, the egg from day 6, is over here, as well as some like gold bars. And then I kind of played around with raising and lowering terrain until it kind of looked half sunken in there. And I think it turned out pretty cool. This is probably my favorite part of the whole park, is this little cute thing over here that really is, you can't do anything with it, but it looks really cute, and I kind of like the idea of kids being able to play in a play set that also has a place to find buried treasure. That just sounds really fun to me. So now I was trying to figure out what type of flooring I wanted underneath of the ship. I could picture like sod or like wood chips, almost like that you might see under a playground, but that's not really an option with any of the floorings, particularly with terrain paint, because I was looking for terrain paint and there isn't really anything in that type of style. And the flooring that is kind of in that same style, so this is like a sawdust kind of style, doesn't really look good with the next to the terrain paint. So I started with this, kind of trying to make it geometric and like look good, and I left it, but I'll come back to it because I decided it wasn't exactly what I wanted. So then I moved on over here to the kind of welcome center where the bathrooms are. And like I said, I was kind of going for that grungy look, so it'll have like this metal roof, and outside will kind of look like cement blocks, and then the inside, there's like this like glass door, but then these windows are kind of the small sliding windows. I could picture on a hot summer day, like people have to go in there and open the windows because it gets too hot. Maybe the groundskeeper does that or something. And then inside there is the print from the 4th day of the 4 birds of a feather with the 4 print set there. There's the bathrooms. I put the hanging light in there. I picture that like hanging light that you just pull the little like strand chain for, and I could just picture a public restroom at like a park that has those. So that's the light I ended up using in there. And then I made this front entryway area with this kind of grungy chair and this like table over here that has like business cards and different papers and like magazines. And I figured this is kind of where there might be pamphlets about the area or things like that. And then over here on this other wall, I was trying to figure out what type of decorations might be in there. And I end up using some fish that have been mounted. And then in the other corner is where there's this tank with a few different frogs, including the Hypno Frog, which is the item from day 10, from the 10 Lords of Leaping. So we have our leaping Hypno Frog in the tank over there with a little sign for viewing. And then here's those fish I was talking about up on the wall, just to kind of show the type of fish from the area for those who are visiting this little visitor center bathroom area at the park. So, and then I put hand sanitizer because I figured, it's 2021, and I think in 2020 we learned a lot about the importance of hand sanitizer. So I figured, why not put a hand sanitizer dispenser in this public place. So then I kind of went back and was starting to figure out where all of the barbecue drums were going to go. So 6 of them end up being used as barbecue drums. So there's 6 different spaces around, all the way around, and all of them have different skill building or kind of fun items. So the first one over in the corner has like a little fire pit, which is also where the guitar from day 11 yesterday ends up. Just around the fire pit, you can sing songs around the fire pit and things like that. Then the one next to it has and all of them have picnic tables. I should say that all of them have picnic tables, at least one. Some of them have 2, and one of these barbecue drums. And then they have this other items like for skill building or for fun. So the second one has a couple gardening plots, one of which has a pear tree, and then the next one has a little kiddie pool. that's right by the building. I put like a hose on the building. I figure it looks more realistic if it's by a building, because otherwise how are you filling that kiddie pool? And then on the other side there is one with a chess table, and then the next one has like some bubbles and like water balloons, so just kind of like fun that you could have with your Sims, playing like having a water balloon fight. And then the final one is right by the playground, and it has an art easel. So that's the 6 ones all the way around, and that's where I used 6, so half of the drums, the barbecue drums, and then the other half I sized down and used as planters for the trees that are around the outside of the park. So you can kind of see them. I turned them black, and they're on the bottom of these trees. And then I went around and did terrain paint under all of them, just kind of giving them that worn look under all of the picnic tables, all of the trees, and all of the barbecue drums, because it's not going to be super green grass under all of those, definitely. So then I started adding the path that goes to all of the different entrances. There's one entrance on each of the 4 sides of the park that kind of lead up to the gazebo and go around it. And then I ended up bringing the swan tubs. I tried a bunch of different things, and then ended up to size them down and put them around the dancing girl statue here in the center of the gazebo. So that takes care of days 9 and day 7 of the 12 days of Simsmas. So then I went, like I said, and did the path so that it went all the way around. I made sure the path went up to the little like welcome center bathroom area as well. And then I'll start doing a little bit more of finishing touches around with the terrain paint, as well as fixing the terrain paint over on the playground area in a minute. There we go. I'll start doing that and realize I don't like how it looks, and so then I'll just get rid of the flooring and do terrain paint for the whole thing. So if you would like to use this build in your own Sims 4 world, my Sims 4 gallery ID is MamaSmashRR, and all of the 12 days of Simsmas you can find under the hashtag MamaSmashSimsmas on the gallery. And if you're watching today, go ahead and let me know what has been your favorite video in the 12 days of Simsmas. What's been your favorite build and why? Let me know down in the comments. I'd really love to hear from y'all and see what you have enjoyed over these past 12 days. I think this has been a really fun challenge. I think I've learned a lot, and I've also gotten to express some creativity that I think really challenged me. So I really appreciated doing this challenge, and I look forward to kind of trying challenges like this again in the future. So here we are towards the end, and I'm adding in lights like I always do at the end, and then go to check and make sure that it actually still looks like you can see when it's dark outside. And the statues that are on the gazebo just did not want to look lit no matter how many lights I put over there, so I ended up lighting the gazebo itself, and that makes sure that you can at least see the gazebo even if the statues on it are not lit up as they should normally be. So, and then I used kind of big lantern lights all right the way around the edges. And then these little pinwheels were the final part of the build, and I used the milk jugs from day 8 from 8 Maids of Milking, and those all go underneath each of these pinwheels as kind of like a little holder. And so that will be all of the objects from the 12 days of Simsmas. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be going back to my normal posting about a couple times a week instead of every day. And I hope you're all having a smashing day. Until next time, bye!